Okay, so we're live. Let's try and get this acclimated here. You know, getting all prepped up and set up, there's still things that we make sure that we need to know how to do.
Absolutely.
Well, welcome to our live. We are officially going now. And, all right,
okay, so I'm Emily. I am one of the co-founders of Conversation Couture. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm the CFO and COO, and this is my sister who is in her third trimester.
Oh, gosh. Yes, my name is Olivia. I'm the CEO and also one of the co-founders of Conversation Couture. We are so excited to do our first Talk Shop live event with you all, being the very first virtual product being sold. We're just super amped to get things going.
That's right. So we have a bunch of offerings that we're going to be doing because we are the very first fully virtual product on Talk Shop Live. So we kind of want to make a big splash out of it. So we are offering 2 free certifications during this live show. Each certification is worth $700. So if you want to take part into the free giveaway, please put your name and address, email address into the chat box if you want to take part in our free giveaway. So, and also we are offering 50% off every single course in our product page on Talk Shop Live today. So please push the buy button that you see below to take advantage of our 50% off. Absolutely. And don't forget to follow us. So
yes,
check the follow button too.
Yes, definitely check the follow button. All right, so one of the fun things that we love to talk about whenever we go on a live is our story. So one day I was sitting on the beach, relaxing, doing some online shopping, and I wanted to find a beautiful piece of jewelry to purchase for myself. But I was left with such a lackluster experience. The experience was there was no one there to help me, and I just felt like it could be done better because at the time I was working for a university, driving the sales in a 100% virtual way. And so I called my sister and I was like, does this have legs? Can we create a training program for luxury retail and retail in general to learn how to sell in this new virtual sales channel? And long story short, she said, absolutely, let's go for it.
Yep.
And finding a gap in the market was pretty cool. So we were excited to get started and creating the only virtual retail sales certification programs worldwide.
It's amazing. It's totally amazing.
And one of the great things and the reason why we actually began our mission to begin with is that for the retail sales specialist, it's such an interactive and incredible thing for them to do and to learn because it directly affects their commission structure or their sales structure. I call it the magic trifecta when I talk about it in a business sense, but everyone knows driving traffic, whether you're in person or online, is just essential. And then having that technology, like we are right now. To facilitate the human-to-human interaction is the second piece of it. But the third missing piece of the puzzle is going to be the training on empowering yourself on what to learn skill-wise in this new sales channel so you can become confident in your abilities to sell in a virtual online way. So,
that's right. Right.
Yes.
So we are going to give away our very first giveaway right now. We're going to do one now, and then we're going to do one at the very end of our show. So we have with us Lorena, who is behind the curtain right now. So Lorena, can you give us a name?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Minnie, you win the first full ChatBox certification.
Woo-hoo.
Nice. All right.
Amazing.
So we will be in touch with you very soon on how to get signed up for your first certification.
Yes, we're
Yay.
really excited.
All right, Minnie.
To take our program. Woo, $700 for free. That's pretty.
I know.
Good.
Yeah. Good for you.
For those of you who are interested, don't forget to click the buy button now. And we have everything 50% off right now. We never do that. I don't think we've ever run a 50% promo.
Never.
But we were so unbelievably amped and excited that we were the first company to sell a virtual product on Talk Shop Live that we wanted to go all out for this. So,
right.
Yes.
So let's talk about the ChatBox experience.
Yeah, so jumping right in, the current ChatBox experience, there's 2 different ways of going about it that we've seen. Both work well, but they're better when they're doing it together. So you first have customer service, where you essentially first have your order questions, return questions, anything that has to do with problem solving, right?
Right, yeah.
And those are the people who you typically meet when you are greeted with a chat box. The other one, and this is the one we dig into,
Right.
is driving sales through your chat box. Crazy, right?
I know. Who would think?
When I had my lackluster shopping experience that drove me to literally write out the first business idea for this company 4 years ago in my iPhone, was creating a way for retail sales specialists, empowering them with the knowledge that they have about these products and services, to then share that and educate that in a way through the chat box to drive sales. So when you go and you're met with a sales professional in person, they're asking you questions at the right time. They are engaging you. They're helpful. They show you other options that are maybe even better than what you found first yourself. Like, oh, you know what? Have you seen this? That is the beauty of the sales specialist. That's why they're in the stores. That's why we employ people to help customers in stores. The same experience needs to be emulated online. With this new sales channel, there's just so much possibility for brands. And in 2023, the competition, woo,
Yes.
it is steep, y'all.
It's hot.
So a way to diversify yourself and in your skills is to learn how to drive sales in a virtual environment on a chat box. I want to go into a little bit more on transforming the customer's experience too.
I know. So what we want to make sure you guys understand is that this new virtual sales channel is being it new itself. You are learning how to actually transform your customer's experience in the virtual environment. So it's about asking the right questions. It's about making them feel special. It's not about pure transaction. That is not what's going to get you the customer retention and the sale. You need to make sure that you are making them feel special all the way through the chat box experience.
Yes. And the reason why we spent 6 months getting approved to become a certification versus just a certificate of education is because of the value that it brings you as a sales specialist and as a business. And don't forget, Lorena just reminded us to click the buy button if you're interested in buying any of our programs. For those of you who have just joined,
I know, right?
So for those of you who have just joined, we're doing 50% off all of our courses, which we have never done ever before. But being the first on the virtual products for Talk Shop Live, let's do something special.
Yeah.
Don't forget to click the buy button now.
Yes, and follow us on our channel.
But when we're thinking about the value of the certification, okay, think about it like someone who's doing your taxes or anyone doing your finances, right? A level of trust is built immediately before you even get into the details because they have to be certified in certain areas in order to qualify them to actually even do it, okay? Why is retail one of the only industries where you don't need to be certified in order to do what you're doing?
Or anything.
So we wanted to create a certification because when you're chatting with someone online, it's essential that you build trust and establish your own value immediately. Because on average, they're only going to spend 13, 12 seconds?
12 seconds,
on
maybe.
a website, and then they're gone. Poof, on to the next website, and we've lost them as a customer. We don't want that to happen. Please don't let that happen.
No, we want all the sales to convert.
So when you're greeted by someone, my name would say Olivia, virtual sales specialist, certified. That way your customer knows that they are talking to someone who knows what the heck they're doing,
right,
opposed to just another, customer support representative that, may not know a lot about the products. And that's okay. That's not their role. But that's why the two need to work together.
Right. So let's jump right into the program and let me tell you a little bit about it. So the certification program is a total of 5 courses, and it should take you around 3 to 4 weeks to complete.
Yeah.
We do have worksheet activities, lots of downloads. We have very fun video activities as well. And we do have quizzes. You need to pass the quiz to get the certification.
That's the professor in you
That's
coming
right.
out
I
pretty
know, right?
quickly.
You need to pass the quiz in order to get the certification. So, it's basic true false questions, so don't be scared off of the quizzes. The first course is all about how to do the introduction. It's ChatBox. And it's just how you greet someone differently than you would in the store. I mean, if someone greets you in a chat box, hi, what can I help you with? You're like, I don't even know who you are and what you're doing.
Right.
And then the second course, we go into how to learn about your customer so you can actually talk about the products. It's really hard to talk about products if you don't know anything about the customer. Like, for example, in the skincare world, you're gonna offer different products if someone lives, say, in dry Arizona versus very humid Florida, right? So you need to start learning about your customer as well. And then after you learn, stage 3, the third course, is summarize and propose, because you need to summarize everything that you've learned, and then only can you propose the products.
Yep.
So it's a very different cadence and sales process than what you do online, do in person. And then we have to close the chat. We have to end the chat somehow that not only just says bye, see you later, right? So you want to really cultivate that customer relationship. And with that is we give you examples to use, we give you all types of worksheets to use to make sure that you know how to keep this customer, because customer retention is where it's at. Our 5th course, part of the program, is a really cool course. It's called ChatBox Best Practices.
We're not biased at all.
We're not biased at all. So ChatBox Best Practices, and that is something that gives you the top 10 things of what to do and maybe not do in the chat box itself. So it's 5 courses all together. You do need to pass all the quizzes at the end of each course. These courses are built for the adult learner. They're all video based and they're all off our website. So you can go right now and hit that buy button, and then for 50% off of the courses that we're talking about today, and we will enroll you, and you will hear from us to get started on your first virtual retail sales certification.
I want to touch on a lot of the things you talked about, which has to do with cadence.
Yes.
So the cadence of a conversation virtually is very different than a cadence of a conversation in person. I'm going to talk about in person so we can kind of relate it to go back and forth.
Yeah.
So in person, you are told as a sales professional, give the person a little bit of time to walk in the door. You don't want to be bombarded by someone the second you walk in a door, right? Well, it's a little different online, right? Give them 10 seconds, maximum 20 seconds, because they're only on average going to be spending 13 seconds on your site. And over 98% of visitors are just visiting. They're not actually there to stay and shop with you.
Right.
So I want to give you guys tools on giving them reasons not to leave, not to go anywhere else, to stay where they are meant to be, with you, shopping on your website or shopping with you as a sales professional. So the cadence, specifically in the introduction, I'll just talk a little bit about that as an example.
Right.
So, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we use the example a lot about when you go to a store, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine being greeted by somebody that says, stop right there, you can't come into my store until you give me your name, your phone number, and your email, and why you're here.
Yes, but please fill out this form really quickly for me.
Before we can even start talking.
And select why you need to talk to me to begin with.
Right.
It's abrupt, it's abrasive, and it's usually going to turn someone off, and they're going to be like, what on earth are you talking about? So why does this exist online? Why are we asking people for all of their information before we even know what the heck they're looking for, what they want?
Right.
So it's to gather the email addresses for email retention. I don't know about you, but I have a fake email address that I give out that I don't actually check whatsoever for sales. So here's the deal. When someone comes to your site, greeting them in a very timely fashion, but not just greeting them in a timely fashion, doing it to establish your value add and why you're there to help them. And not bombarding, but doing it in a way that's graceful and elegant to where they want to actually talk to you.
Right.
They see your value and they don't want to leave. They want to stay and they want to talk to you. And guess what? It's going to give you an opportunity to upsell and to get to know your customer. Everyone who works in sales knows and how to work a CRM. The beautiful thing about technology and why it works so well with a one-to-one customer experience is because in our Learn stage, in our program Learn, and the ChatBox certification program, we give you step-by-step questions, when to ask them in a series of different ways. Because sometimes you'll ask a question and a customer doesn't exactly answer you in the way that you thought they may answer you.
Right.
So it's called going 3 deep, making sure that you're asking enough questions in order to learn about them, right? So let's just say this person's going on vacation and they need a couple of new things, right? Oh, where are you going on vacation? That seems like a really simple question, but why is no one on chat asking me this? Oh, well, actually I'm going skiing, trying to cap off the winter season. Okay, so cold weather things. Okay. Or I'm going to the beach. I'm tired of this cold weather. I need to warm up. Fabulous. Warm weather things. Little simple things like that. But it's the cadence of when to ask them, how to ask them to drive the sale forward.
Right.
And don't forget to click that buy button now because we are running 50% off everything. Our programs are originally $700 for a full certification program, and it's $350 right now. We've never done this, ever. And
I want to say, please, if you want, we're giving away one more free certification.
Yes.
And if you want to participate, you're going to need to put your name and your email in the chat. So please go and put your name and your email in the chat. We're gonna give one more free certification away at the end of the show.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about numbers. That is what I love. I know, she makes me laugh. I know, right?
The numbers.
So I'm a numbers girl, and I will always be like, okay, so I'm going to spend all this money. How is it going to help me, right?
What's the return on investment?
Because the business is all about the bottom line, right?
Yeah.
So, and we want to make sure the retail sales associates are getting more commission because that is one of the reasons why we came into this came into the business is because we wanted to give retail sales associates just another outlet. So, if you have a live person on the chat box, live person, 30%, that's what you're looking at. 30% of your sales are going to increase online. So that's just giving a human, okay? When you put a trained human there, it's only going to go up. So just having a live person there, you're going to see a 30% increase in your commission. And if you're a business owner, you're going to see a 30% increase in your overall business as well.
And what that looks like number-wise is if you're getting 1,000 visitors a day to your website, your average, sale is about $100. If you're increasing that, you're going to be seeing thousands and thousands of dollars more in sales and commissions.
Right.
The difference maker is that personalized experience that we all get when we go in person. And because it's missing on 98% of people's websites, there are some companies that are doing great and some businesses we have worked with had that really transformed.
Right, it's amazing.
Yeah, and
it's
the commission that the individuals are making is incredible. So if you're able to make thousands of more dollars a month just by learning a couple of new skills, because with anything new, it requires a new skill set.
Right.
A new
sales
channel,
New
a
sales
new sales channel requires a new skill set. And it's nothing to be ashamed of if you're wondering, oh, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Well, that's why we're the only company worldwide
right now
that offers certifications in virtual retail sales. So, sorry, I interrupted you with the numbers.
Okay, I'm a numbers girl. I'm like, I got to get back to my numbers here. So, we also want to talk about just the industry in general. So, there is a skills gap. 90%, now let me repeat that, 90% of luxury.
Was that?
That was Business of Fashion. 90% of luxury CEOs state that there is a skills gap. Okay, they understand that what you're seeing in the virtual environment, their salespeople are just not trained for it. That's a huge number, and that to me says there is an enormous opportunity for every retail sales associate to bridge that gap.
Yeah, closing the gap.
Closing that gap to make sure that you are able to present yourself to a new employer to say, I am already certified in virtual retail sales. And that is fantastic. So 90%, that's a lot. And the last number I want to kind of give everybody, because I could speak numbers all day, is that currently, in this current environment right now, 40% of people want to be engaged online. Now, there is a big age category everyone's talking about, Gen Z, right? Everyone's talking about Gen Z, right? They are not into their purchasing power yet, okay? But they're coming. They're coming fast.
They're not just yet. The oldest I think is 25.
Yeah.
So they're not included in the high.
Yeah.
They're not in the same cap as like millennials, Gen X, and baby boomers still. The high net worth shoppers who buy a lot of products at once.
Right. And so right now, only 40% of people they're saying we would like to be engaged online. Mm-hmm. So you fast forward, because you always want to think as a business or as someone that's wanting to individual, you want to be ready for when that hits, and so to be prepared. So we say, like, in 5 years, there's going to be a lot of virtual retail sales specialists out there, because that 40% is just going to increase.
And that just leads us into the benefits and how ChatBox can be your best asset or your biggest destroyer. And I'm going to get into that. But Lorena just reminded me, again, don't forget to click the Buy Now button.
Don't forget, it's right down there.
For people who have been with us from the very beginning.
I know, you're probably tired of us.
You're probably tired of us hearing this. But one more time, 50% off all of our courses and our entire program. It's originally
the ChatBox certification program.
ChatBox certification program. $700 originally, and it is $350 now. This is like a killer deal. As a business owner, I'm like, this is such a good deal. I can't believe we're basically giving this away.
I know,
for,
right?
Like half off. It's wild.
Yeah.
And
follow our channel.
Yes, and follow our channel. So the thing is with ChatBox is I want to talk to the individuals thinking about investing in themselves. There is going to be a massive uptick of roles open that are going to allow you that work-life balance you're just craving, okay? Because retail is changing. And I'm not just talking about fashion. I'm talking about retail in general. Hospitality. Right. I'm talking about travel industry.
Cars.
Yes, there is going to be a massive need for trained professionals in this virtual sales channel, okay? We are currently working with several companies in talks of changing how they're recruiting for these very roles. And what I mean by that, all right, so every time I feel like I talk to a retail sales professional, they're like, I really want to work in corporate. I want to work in corporate. The reason why they want to do that is because of the work-life balance corporate facilitates. Working retail, if you're here and you've worked on the sales floor like I have, I did it for 8 years, you're tired, you barely get breaks, you have no work-life balance because your demand is to be in the store with the customers, right?
Not even mention Christmas time.
Not even mentioning, oh gosh, our Black Friday.
I can't even mention that.
The beautiful thing about upskilling yourself in this new virtual sales channel is you are now giving yourself the power to apply to these roles that you can work either part-time or full-time from the comfort of your home, chatting with customers, driving sales in a 100% virtual format. I know.
And making commission.
I know because I did this for 5 years for Cornell University. And it's where we got inspired. But I have to tell you, investing in yourself and learning how to do this is going to open up an entire new door of what you can do professionally with the skill sets you've already been developing for years and years and years. Retail can be an incredible career and a very profitable one and successful one if you continue to stay with the times. Don't wait for your company to invest in you. I'm going to shock you with a number. Only less than 30% of companies invest in their employees after the onboarding. Less than 30%.
That's sad.
It's so sad. And the fact that this new sales channel, is so different than in person. I mean, who wants to be hung up on, let alone virtually hung up on? So I'm going to get into just a little bit about why the ChatBox can also really destroy your customer experience as well if you're not going to take the time to upskill your team or at least offer something for your customers to help them out when they're shopping with you. You guys can put this in the comments box right now. Who has had a conversation on a chat box and you go, I'm never coming back ever to this website again?
Right?
Wait. Oh, there's some comments.
I know, right? There's some comments about that because we test chat boxes all the time, and we're like,
yeah. It's like, and it's interesting to me because a lot of times I'll go in person to some stores and their experience is top tier. It's absolutely impeccable. Doesn't matter where it is. But then I go to their website and it's not emulated in the same way online and I'm baffled.
You have to pay the same price though.
Oh yeah, the same exact price for the same exact products or services. I like to relate it to, when you're shopping and you're buying, services and products. So if you're buying a service, like, if you're a spa, for example, and you're wanting to get a really great massage, well, if you're not upselling or saying, what would be really nice before you got your massage was to do a body scrub, so afterwards. So this company can upsell you while you're booking a service. This is the beauty of having someone trained, like they would be in person, asking these questions. There's no anybody asking you, hey, so I know you're checking out right now, but did you happen to see this? It goes really well with this package you're buying. If you have it, I promise you, because we've seen these results and it's amazing. These studies, the uptick in sales across the board have been exceptional. And it's so simple, right? Having a person talk to you, but it's not even selling. It's honestly educating your customers just like you do in person.
Right, exactly.
Educating them about the benefits of what you're selling. Educating them about why you started to begin with and what you want your customers to feel when they're using your services and products.
Yeah, and I was going to say all of this information can be found in our ChatBox experience courses that are online. So we really, encourage you to purchase. We really encourage you to check this out. And yeah, because I think it's going to make a difference in not only for maybe the company you work for, or maybe if you're looking for a new skill set
or a new job.
Yeah. It's a great way to upskill yourself. And today you can get it for $350 versus any other time because you are here on the live chat.
Yeah. And we want to do our last and final giveaway.
That's right. So
Lorena has been writing names down. We're going to do a little drawing.
Yes. So wait. All right. Who it is?
Mona B. You are our lucky
winner. Congratulations. We're super excited. We will
$700 worth of
education.
Free on us.
Yes.
We believe so strongly in the results of our programs, and we truly believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that closing this skills gap in this virtual retail sales channel starts and ends with upskilling yourself or upskilling your team.
Right.
I mean, like Emily said, over 90% of CEOs say that there is a clear skills gap. How do we close that? Education.
Right.
And just to kind of tell you guys, because we have a lot more viewers now than we did when we first started.
Yes.
Emily, and I want to brag on my sister here for just a second.
What are you going to say?
Emily is a professor for entrepreneurship. Okay, y'all? She is so experienced and brings an incredible way to our programs because
you're totally embarrassing me.
So she was the one who really crafted all of this behind the scenes operation wise, and not only is she qualified, but she also worked within the very first, what was it?
My very first time. When I graduated college, was a long time ago. I was one of the very first people that was taught HTML in the 90s. I know I'm dating myself. And so I actually learned how to do communications virtually. So
it was her very first job in the very beginning stages of all of this.
Yes.
And so not only does she know how an entrepreneur thinks, a business person thinks, but she was the one, the operation side of things, curating all of my creative dumps when I was creating all of this.
She has all the luxury, she has all the retail experience that I don't have. So she brings so much joy and so much experience from that side as well, and working for eCornell for years. So we really strongly feel that we are very uniquely qualified to bring this to everybody, that you are getting the best retail virtual retail sales certification, just because it's just amazing being part of the chat box right now.
Community, because there's so many technologies out there. There's so much technology to choose from, and it can be a little bit overwhelming, honestly. A lot of times we like to think about it like a roadmap, right? Where do you want to go? What's your end goal with your career? But more importantly, where's the market moving? And it's moving towards a more virtual experience. In-person's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. We still like in-person interaction.
We still like to go, and we still like to go.
However, it's essential for when you are impressing your customers that your online experience emulates the one that you have in person, because your customers like to make purchases based on how they're feeling, all right? A lot of times, purchases are an emotional buy. It's something that's triggered. It's a good experience with a sales professional. They're going to brag about you to their friends in their network. We want to empower sales professionals and business owners with our certification programs to do just that, giving them the value and the trust with customers off the bat. Right. There's no wasting time, because like I said earlier, you have 12 seconds. You've got 12 seconds to impress your people online. That is it.
That's right.
And we want to capitalize on that immediately, and also upsell them at the end of the conversation.
And so I wanted to say, this is going to be our first,
it's our very first
one. We are going to be coming to you every month with different courses and different certifications that we offer at conversationcouture.com. And next month it's going to be our virtual retail. It's our streaming one-to-one virtual experiences, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit more. So please make sure you follow our channel so you get notified that when we're coming up next. And again, don't forget to hit the buy button, because we're about to close the show, and I want to make sure everyone's going to have the time to get their lucky 50% off during the show.
We want to make sure that you're able to get that 50% off. So I don't know. We'll see if I'm going to be back on the next live.
Yes,
if you missed it in the beginning, my sister so kindly let all hundreds of you know. I'm expecting my first daughter in May, so we'll see. We'll see when she comes.
Might be me.
It may just be Emily, but you'll be in great hands with her. We are so excited that all of you guys came to listen to us. Click that buy button now. Take advantage of this 50% off offer. We're not going to run it again.
Nope.
I mean, I can't imagine we're going to run this again, only because we are the very first virtual product to ever be sold on TalkShop Live, and we're so honored to be here and talk to you guys. It is a program that's the only one worldwide, and we're proud of the product that we've produced and the results that we're seeing from our customers, and we hope that you click that buy button now and get to see the value of it as well. Also, I just wanted to add, if you had any additional questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. There is a contact us page. We also have a chat box.
Yes.
And it is, sorry, go ahead, Em.
Yes, and I was going to say that the chat on the show stays live for 24 hours. So if you do want to have a comment about the show itself, feel free to add your comments as we're signing off.
Yes. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
Well, other than our faces being upside down in the first 2 minutes of this live, not realizing it, but I guess that's just the way.
Well, then, Lorena, is
of a live.
Is there a question?
Are there any?
Yeah, a lot of questions.
Okay, yes.
We have a lot of questions. Okay,
yes. We're
fabulous.
First question. Sorry, guys.
Okay, one is, Joe just joined, and he needs a little bit more explanation about ChatBox.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you mean a little bit more about the program itself?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so there's 5 courses in the certification program, and you have introduction, you have learn, you have propose, you have summarize, propose, and best practices. And those 5 courses are going to go over everything that you need to know in order to drive a sale over a chat box. Like I was saying in the beginning stages of this live, the cadence of the conversation online is very different than the cadence of a conversation in person.
Right.
And it's essential that you learn the skills, because there is a huge skills gap here.
Big skills gap.
And that's why we created our programs, to close that skills gap, to educate you on how to learn in this new sales channel. Because talking to another human over a chat box I'm going to tell you right now from personal experience, I did it for over 5 years. It can be jarring sometimes. The questions are very direct. You have 2 laptop screens or a phone screen blocking you from humanizing an experience. The job of your role as a business owner or sales professional is to humanize yourself and make the other person realize that you're a human too, and you're there to help them and show the value of the knowledge that you have about the products and services, to engage with them stronger, to drive a better connection, and give them a reason to stay. Give them a reason to shop with you.
Yeah, we want them to stay on the website.
Exactly right.
As long as you can. And that's only going to increase your individual commission.
Yes.
And it's going to increase the sales for the company as well.
Absolutely. What's another
another
question,
question?
Lorena?
Will this certification happen virtually?
Yes, so the certification is all online. If you're interested in seeing a little demo on how our courses work, plug in your email address and we'll make sure that we send you a little demo to show you inside of our courses.
Yes. And
I like to see that too.
At the end, we do issue you a certification mark.
Yes.
It's the C3 that you see all over our website.
C3 certified.
C3 certified, and we issue you that mark once we prove that you all passed those quizzes at the end of those courses.
That's the professor in her coming out.
So you will get an email from us with the certification mark after you're done with the courses.
Yes.
Lorena, you have another one?
Is that something that I need to download?
No, actually, all the courses are right off our website. There's no download necessary. We just say, Wi-Fi connection is probably the best thing to do.
Yep.
But yes, no.
Anywhere in the world, as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection.
Yes, our courses
you can
are in
take
English and in Spanish. So if you need to be in Spanish or your Spanish is your first language, everything is in English and in Spanish. You just need to turn on the closed caption when you get to the videos.
Yeah.
Yes. So everything is online. Any other
Next
questions,
question?
Lorena?
Sally is just asking how did you do to meet? You are related.
Oh, we're sisters.
Yeah, we're sisters. So we're 2 of 5.
Yes.
And Emily is the first daughter, and I am the last daughter.
Yes, very true.
And we
come from a family of all entrepreneurs. So we've been trying to do a company together for many years, and when she found the gap in the market, which is very unusual.
This huge skills gap. Skills gap in the market.
Yeah.
Emily was, she was teaching entrepreneurship at a university here in Texas where we live, and she said it's so rare to find a huge gap in the market.
Yeah.
The thing is that companies are investing into technology, but we're forgetting the key piece here. Who's using the technology?
Yeah, right.
It can't all be bots, all right?
Yes,
you have
it can't all
to
be
still
bots. You
use
still need
humans
people.
for a one-to-one emotional connection,
Yeah.
especially for customers that are wanting it and expecting it. So
that's how we met. We've always been together.
Always been together. If you
Always
go to our
been together.
Instagram page,
Yes,
we have a recent video of then and now. And,
Yes, it's quite comical.
Yes.
And don't forget to hit that buy button, guys. We're about to hit close, and we are going to be we are offering 50% off all of our ChatBox courses and our certification.
Yes.
And we want to thank our 2 winners for putting in their name and their email address.
Yes, the M ladies, Mona and Minnie.
So
Amazing.
thank you so much for coming, and please follow us, and so we'll be able to tell us about our next certification off our website.
That we'll talk about next month.
Yeah, we'll talk about next month. So
yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
All right.
all right.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.